Hey guys, what is up and welcome to Road to Rare episode 25. Although it's not really a Road to Rare anymore, it's a Road to Recovery to get our funds back to prepare for next season. Today we're going to be going through our gallery changes that we've been making over the last couple of weeks, the market price is falling, the return on investment, and of course our weekend lineups. Let's get into it. So to start off with, I wanted to go through some players that I've been selling. All of my rares have now been removed from my gallery. As you can see, some of the rares that we had, like Vinicius Jr. in season, they were going for around £600, but they've started going for about 363. Of course, he may be a bad example with the red cards he's had recently. We've also got rid of the likes of Rafinha, who his price has just been plummeting since I brought it for about £341, and he's now down to 217. I was kind of worried that these players may go down a bit more, so I just wanted to completely get out of them. We then move into the limited. They're not crashing as much, or should I say crashing or just decreasing with just the season utility going. Obviously, around Christmas time, they were going for about £70, £80, and in season is now going for about 60, so it hasn't dropped too much for the top players. And then if we look at Bellingham, he's a complete anomaly. As you can see from the thumbnail, I've gone green and red because some prices have been going up. Bellingham has been one of the most consistent, best players so far this year, or especially in the second half of the season. And he's gone up in price. He's back to about £110. I mean, if I look at what I brought him for at the start of the season, we got him for £183. So it's definitely gone down from there. But the price is, I wanted to get out of my cards before they go another 50% down, and I'm going to go through a couple of strategies that I want to go through and see which one you guys think is best. So guys, over the last couple of weeks, I've also been picking up just a couple of extra players like Asensio, Araujo and Chesney, and they've all been chucked into the table for our return on investment. I wanted to show you my collections with one of my main kind of priorities is going to be to try and get my collections up to 5% with the players and the auctions being cheaper. So the main ones I want to focus on are probably Manchester City, Bayern Munich and Liverpool. And then maybe a couple of these other ones will get up to 4 or 5%. The reason being is because the Real Madrid and Barcelona in particular are players I'm going to be using next season. So I want their XP to be as high as possible. And this might be the strategy for me, is just to basically build up my best players to as high XP as possible, so when it goes into next season, I can utilise them as much as possible alongside the next in-season batch of cards. Alternatively to that, I was looking at selling all of my limiteds. So if we look at my gallery value at the moment, if we go over to Sorare data, my gallery value is about £3,540, which obviously is a massive decrease, but when we look at my return on investment, it makes it not look bad at all. But I was thinking about selling everything. The reason being is if we take, for example, a Thibaut Courtois, who I currently have at level, I think he's about, where is the level here? It's probably right in front of me. Oh, there you go, level 13. So my thinking is as soon as the next season comes, if I get out of these cards now, when I get the 5% collection bonus, they then have 5% in season. He's already at 10%, which makes this card, if I can get him up to say 15%, obviously he's going to be on about 17.5, take away the 5% bonus, and he's going to be moving down to about 12.5%. Obviously that gives me a slight edge when you can use one classic card, but for me, I'm not too sure if I'm going to be using that many of my classic cards in the in-season, and it might just be better just to get out now. Alternatively, obviously I can still earn money with these cards. There's still about 17 games. If we go over to, let's say, let's look at the La Liga BVA, is it even called that? Table, and let's see how many games are left, for example. So in the La Liga, there is currently, so there's 20 teams, so 38 games. There's still 16 games left. That's 16 times I can use my Real Madrid stacks, Barcelona stacks, and all of the Premier League clubs in those competitions to earn money. Say, for example, I can earn £100 each week, and then there's some Champions League. That's still about another £1,600 I can earn. And if my gallery goes down another £3,500, that's about £1,700. It will basically keep it around the current valuation, and that takes me to my return on investment table. So it's been a long time since I've updated you on my return investment table. As you can see, we're currently at £8,600 invested, which is a lot of money. The return we have got from that is £4,377 at 50.95% return on investment. If we add the current gallery value in of £3,540, we're pretty much break even, give or take a couple of £100. So for me, I think the strategy I'm going to take going forwards is just to sell a couple more of my players, because there's a couple of like single players that they're not going to have any utility going into next season. I'll be better to pick up their in season and go again. But I also wanted to just look at some individual clubs, the ones that have done the best for me so far. So if we look at Man City, this is heavily driven by Gvardiol and Haaland. The ones where I've done really bad, so like Dortmund have been really poor for me, Leverkusen have been quite poor, PSG have been poor, but I only brought them in December, and hindsight, that was just a waste of money. I shouldn't have picked those up at all. But then if we look at the teams that have really overperformed this season, or not overperformed, but performed really well, Liverpool have done really well, Arsenal have done considerably well, considering I've only got about 8 players from them. And then, the likes of even Chelsea have done well due to Cole Palmer. If we look at per player, you can see some of them have done extremely well. If we take, for example, a Haaland, £203, and at the start of the season, I did pay £144 for him, but he's recouped his investment. And then another one, Gvardiol, we've returned £120 from a £67 investment. I don't know what my best player is. It's probably going to be a Salah with £259. And looking at that, I think it is. So if we look at Salah, it cost us £64 at the start of the season, and we managed to return £260. So that's about £200 I've made over the year, which is not even, I think it's 20 games in, still just over half the season left. So it's a pretty good return on investment, and there's still a lot of opportunities and competitions where I can make some good money back. Another key point to know is that there's XP changes. I don't believe they're in this article, but those XP changes and division changes, I need to see how they affect my cards. I need to see if I can start returning a better return on investment with the prize pools being wider. With me having the high collection scores and the top players, it's even more likely each week I'm going to be picking up cash rewards. It may not be the highest ones, but it's a more consistent return on investment. And I think the gallery changes for someone, the structure of the tournaments is going to suit my gallery. And also, we're going to be moving into the MLS soon. Stay tuned for the videos on that, because we're going to be doing some fun videos, some fun suggestions. And also, we're going to be doing another Road to Glory, because you guys have loved this series. I've loved it, and let's see what we can do with the MLS players. So guys, wouldn't be a Road to Rare video without my weekend lineups. I'm struggling to speak. We don't have any Premier League this week, so it's just the 9 in-season competitions, and then I think we had a couple of classics, because obviously a large majority of my gallery is in the Premier League. Starting off with La Liga, we have a Division 1 and then 2 Division 2 teams. My favourite team, of course, is my Division 1 team. We've gone for Ramiro and Agurd from Real Sociedad. They have a nice fixture against Espanyol. Hopefully they can keep a clean sheet and Agurd actually starts. It's a risky play putting him there, but I just didn't fancy Real Madrid or even Barcelona at the moment keeping a clean sheet away to Sevilla. Bellingham, one of the best midfielders that you can have. I had to chuck him in here. And then Rafinha and Yamal. I think the Sevilla game is going to be a high-scoring game. Barcelona need to get back on with the high-scoring games that they had earlier on in the season. We've gone for Yamal captain, because I just feel like he's outperforming Rafinha at the moment. And I'm looking forward to seeing what that team can do. We then have our full Real Madrid stack. So we've gone for Courtois, Asensio, the newly picked up one, Valverde, Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe, with Vinny Jr. being captain. And then we have the second Division 2 team, which we've chucked Rodrigo in from Real Madrid. Reason being, I'm not 100% sure if he's going to start. We have Szczesny, who I've picked up because Peña looks to be dropped now. Not too worried about that, because Peña I picked up for about £30 when Ter Stegen got injured, and I've already returned £45 for him. So he was a good investment and also helped me win some decent cash rewards. We then got the rest of the Barcelona boys. We've got Koundé, Pedri, who's been absolutely outstanding this season as captain, and Lewandowski up top. So a bit differently, we're going to start with our we're going to move on to our champion lineups next instead of Bundesliga. Reason being is because I put the Bayern Munich stack I've put in Champion Division 2. The reason being is I just wanted to try and do something different, and it's worked out. Looking at the leaderboards, no one has a Bayern stack with higher collection scores as me. So if Musiala manages to do something, it looks like he's having an absolutely shocking game at the moment, then this squad can definitely pay off. And I mean, if Bayern have one of those absolute smashing games, if they start to score some goals in the next couple of minutes, then we can definitely be aiming for those high prize pools. If we look at the leaderboard and the cash, there's $550 up top to be won, and I definitely want to go for that. Although looking at it, it's going to be very hard because Brest are currently having an absolutely insane game with Pierre-Lies Malou getting a 100 score already, and I think it's only on the 60th minute. So hopefully they lose their clean sheet, and then the Bayern boys can then attack that leaderboard. Then moving into the second Division 2 team, we have a nice mix. We have the Marseille boys of Rulli and Bellerdi in the defence for Marseille. Andre Santos had an insane season. Can't wait for him to come back to Chelsea. He is the captain. And then Ousmane Dembele and Vitinha, who do start tonight. Hard fixture against Monaco. Didn't fancy the clean sheet, so went with a Marseille defence. But hopefully they can do the business. Then moving on to the third champion team, which is in Division 2, in Division 3, unfortunately, because we got relegated last time out. We have Petrovic in goal. Mittelstadt I've put in because Hakimi was rumoured to be on the bench. So I've gone for Mittelstadt, who has a really hard fixture against Dortmund. We then have João Neves and Mendes from PSG and Cherki to finish off that team. And then to finish off, we have the Bundesliga Division 1 team. I actually love this team. I've done something different again because I didn't have my Bayern boys for the Division 1. We've done something that I don't think anyone else is going to do, and that is chuck the Leipzig guys in. We haven't gone for a full Leipzig stack because Kim Min-jae and Elise had great fixtures, and I had them left over from the Bayern Munich champion team that I managed to put in. So we've gone for Galashki in goal, Xavi Simons and Openda, who I'm hoping have an absolute blind on Sunday against a team towards the bottom of the league. We then have Elise, who's already having an insane game considering they haven't scored, and Kim Min-jae, who looks like he's getting the AA that he always manages to get. Into the second team, we've gone for a Bayer Leverkusen stack. This is more towards how I'm going to start playing. I'm going to be stacking a bit more. I've always gone for variation, but over the last month and a half, but I've realised my rewards have dipped. When I stacked, that's when I just consistently were getting the cash, because if one team plays well, you're guaranteed to finish high with the XP I have. Whereas if you switch it up, you're hoping for 5 players from 5 different teams to have individually insane performances. But this team is a bit of a risk. Boniface, who knows if he's going to start, and then Wirtz, I reckon he might be on the bench after playing 120 minutes in the cup game. And then also Hradecki, is he going to get a clean sheet? Probably not. He's got flappy hands and he's not great at the moment. And then the Division 3 team, keeping to the stack theme, we have Dortmund. We have Kobel, Benzabani, because Schlotterbeck is currently suspended. Brandt, Garassi and Gittins. We've gone for an attacking team. I can see this being a high-scoring game. Can't see Kobel keeping a clean sheet. But those are my teams for the weekend. So guys, to close out the video, I just want to say I'm going to be moving away from this series over the next couple of weeks. We're still going to be doing it. If we get some big rewards, you know those videos are going to be coming out. Make sure to stay tuned on Twitter. I'm going to be posting more updates on the teams since the videos won't be coming as thick and fast. We're going to have some fun challenge videos coming over the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss them. And then we're also going to be moving into some more MLS content. A division that I've never really got involved in before. I mean, I'm pretty sure you just need to own Messi, Suarez and Jordi Alba. But I'm going to find out more. I've got some videos coming for you that hopefully you will enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the content, as always, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I've been getting a lot of subscribers recently and I appreciate it so much. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Obviously off the back of that first place a couple of weeks ago, you guys really enjoyed that video and I can't wait for that shirt to be delivered. If you guys want to chat to me, I have an active Discord. I'm trying to get as many people in it as possible. I might be doing some giveaways in it soon. The link is down below. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you on the weekend for a footing video, but I'll also see you on Tuesday for a really nice MLS video.